Ciao, I'm Enzo.
I'm Celia,
This is our channel where we show you how life is in Lucca.
and in the Tuscan hills.
I love cooking traditional food,
And we love exploring our beautiful part of the world.
so please subscribe and welcome.
To Piazza Talk Lucca. So this week we're truly starting in earnestness our carnival journey. We're in the hangar 1 of Cittadella del Carnevale with the Lebigre Roger's family, and Corinne, the mother, is the artist, and it's called Sveglia, and you'll see in the interview all about it. First of all, I thought maybe a little introduction to Carnival. Now, Venice Carnival is perhaps the most famous carnival, but in my opinion, Viareggio is much more exciting because it's a carnival that has a story behind it. It's been very political. It's also about news items of the day. So this year's theme is ecology and artificial intelligence. That's become a very big thing in the last year, hence the theme of this float.
We called it Sveglia. It's wake up, but with intelligenza artificiale. But in fact, we said the fantastic story, it's kind of fable of alternative intelligence. We have not made very super modern. We prefer to make it a little bit like a fable, so with the retro future look. And there is this human navigator, we said, a kind of Ulysses of our fable that has gone through many discoveries and through many things, and he fall asleep. So he forgot who he was because of giving up too many things of
He didn't
his
have
own,
to think anymore.
Yeah, exactly. And but in the meantime, there were these robot creatures that evolved so much that they developed an alternative intelligence, which means empathy, more or less. For a little bit like the Wall-E story, from Walt Disney. They discover very nice things that humanity has done and that has forgot, So they will wake him up. So the robots are saying, wake up and go back to remember who you were and what you have done in a positive way,
Of course, Carnival still has mass, but it also has a whole theatre around it. Now, Carnival started in 1873 in a coffee shop in the city, and it was a protest by a group of borghesi, middle-class people, about the high taxes. But since then, Carnival has become very much part of the local population at all levels, and this particular family make it very much a community thing. So it's like a moving community theatre. And I think this is what makes it so special, both on the level of a message and the level of community. And we will be talking later to people who have been changed by their participation in Carnival. And indeed, working here today, the delight and joy of it, you can see how it gives people so much joy and gives people the opportunity to be part of theatre and popular culture.
Yes, I'm from Viareggio.
And how did you get involved in Carnival?
I love it from when I was younger. and because it's a beautiful tradition of my family.
How were your family involved in it?
Because
Only you?
my father worked for the carnival.
Ah.
Yeah, so I like to make this big construction and this choreography.
Always with Lebigre?
Yeah, Lebigre Roger, Compagnia del Carnevale.
And how did you choose them?
Because I think they are the most important for the history in this carnival, because they are French and they imported in Italy and this carnival an innovation of this construction, arts and choreography.
So this is Benjamin Lebigre.
Lebigre.
Bene. And you're the third brother or child, I should say, of the family, and you also do the choreography.
Yeah, I'm taking in charge the directing part of the show.
And you are a very famous street performer as well.
Yeah, very famous. I'm a street performer. I do a lot of street performing, yeah.
You're very famous.
My journey starts here with my family because I was born in the scenography parts, and while my parents were working in the theaters as scenographers, I was always looking at the main stage and what the actors were doing. So at the age of 11, I started to perform for some local companies in musicals, and then I started to study, and I had my big formation after school, after high school, with the Peter Brook actors in the Centro di Creazione Internazionale. And it was here in Viareggio, directed by Andrea Moretti. It was really cool. So my mother said, you have to go. And then I said, okay, I will go. And it was an amazing experience of 3 years. And so after I started to work here, and I decided to go in Paris to just search a little bit of my roots. I live half of the year here and half of the year in Paris, where I have my company of street performing, and I work as an actor in theater and in the street. But in a way, I understood that Carnival, it's a really big part of myself, because he has a big social part. In a way, I understood that I also love this kind of part of the theater, which is to open it to everyone, because theater for me is for everyone.
I think watching you. Wanted to be part of it, and from this mass you created something, and by the end of the rehearsal we had something.
Yeah,
it was
of
magic.
course.
It was like you got your hat and you pulled them out
that's
together.
in a way that's magic.
But it's your magic.
Yeah.
You can do
No,
it.
it's
Not everybody
beautiful,
could do that.
But that's cool. But well, and in a way, we have to find again how to let the people be freezing and sparkling with this. No?
Yeah.
Voila!
And so we need more Benjamins.
I don't know. One, it's still a lot.
So thank you so much
Thank
for
you
letting
to
us
you.
be part of this amazing community, and bringing back happy old days to me.
Yes, and meet you in the carnival whenever you want.
You may never get rid of us.
Grandi.
Thank you. So it's a very big international group, and then Elodie is sort of in charge, and then Sebastian is the technical genius, because these floats don't only go along, but they have huge electronics and moving parts. So it's an incredible thing. This one weighs about 40 tons and is about 15 meters high. So we can't actually fit the top of the robot's head inside the hangar. So it all has to be put together. So this is Sebastian, who's the middle brother,
Yeah, the middle one.
the middle one and the technical one.
And the technical.
So all the electronics and mechanical parts are down to you,
Done
really,
by me,
Yeah.
and my team.
and your team.
Yeah.
You were born into Carnival, so you actually had no choice. You had to
No,
do it.
I had not a lot of choices.
But this world seems to include everything. It seems to include mechanics, art,
This-
construction. I mean,
This is a
theatre.
thing that my father was had said to me a lot of times. Like when he came here, he saw a very free type of art, because here you can really learn a lot of things. Like you work with paper, you work with the steel. So you need to be a welder, you need to be a mechanical and or a painter and everything. Also because here we are a big family,
You
so
really are.
it's an exchange of
talents.
Of talents, yes.
Yeah.
So
when you're not working on Carnival, and you said you work in Denmark, what
I
do you
work
do?
now. We are working for a music festival, and we are making some floats in a smoke festival. But we have done a lot of things. We have traveled in a lot of countries, like South Korea.
Your family have so many times. What
Yeah.
were you doing in South Korea?
In South Korea, we have made a carnival in Gapyeong. My father was a very good
Networker.
to find people
People.
all around the world.
And as we keep saying with Viareggio Carnival, that's the special thing about it, is that it's a message.
It's also becoming more global, more global thing. Like the floats now are starting to send global messages, like the ecology or social things.
I think that's what's very special about it and about your family, and I think you're amazing, and thank you for letting us in.
Thank you to you. It was a pleasure. Very nice. Very nice conversation.
Thank you. First of all, what's your family name?
Roger.
Roger. And so this how did you form this group and get involved in Viareggio?
È una lunga storia, ora più di mezzo secolo che sono qua. We came with my husband in Viareggio to see the carnival, and we fall in love because the technical was incredible for the creativity and
Absolutely.
for our heart, because it's like experimental
Theatre.
work.
Yeah. And were you an artist? Were you a sculptress?
Oh, my background, I was working with young people with problems, so I'll start to make something with the hand, to making something creative, painting, modeling, and I work also in the theater, in the Festival of Theater, of Dance, so I really like all the type of art. Also, I was really interested of using different material to give an expression, give something to the other people.
This is a community group. That you involve a community in your creation. So this goes back to your background.
Yeah.
So how many members of your family are involved in this process?
My 3 children.
Your 3 children.
We grew up all together in this process.
Amongst this creativity.
Yeah. For example, in the Greenland, we work with population, and they decide that they want to make a polar bear.
A polar bear, well,
Yeah, because it's a symbol of Greenland. And they make also a show, a costume, and a story about this bear.
So you created the story with the population
Yeah.
altogether. So
Yeah,
the whole creative process
Yeah.
involved everybody.
Yeah. I don't speak Danish, for example, or Greenlandic, but with the hand, with the eyes, with a smile,
With movement, you can transmit.
you make something.
Absolutely, you connect.
Yeah.
The parade is divided into 4 categories, 2 with large floats and 2 with smaller floats. So you start with the smaller ones and you work up. And we've met Lorenzo, who is in the 4th category, with his smaller float of the child with the weight of the world on his back. And then we're in category 1 here, and indeed this family have won many times and changed Carnival because they were the first people who had theatre around the float. The Carnival was only stopped since that first time in 1873, where during the 2 World Wars. And it's got bigger and bigger and became internationally perhaps noticed when an article appeared in Time magazine when one of the floats showed Trump dressed in gold armour with, I think he had wings on his back as well. This year perhaps it's less political. So people come and look at the carnival, but really there are big parties behind it, big communities behind it, and there's an awful lot of fun. So we hope you can show you the bit behind the carnival and why carnival is so special for this town and why it's becoming such a hit internationally as one of the most important carnivals, the second after Venice. But Venice is more just a party. This actually has a message. So I hope you enjoy this unique look at carnival from the back door. Also, Cittadella del Carnevale has a museum and there are events in the summer. So if you come to this area in the summer, it's a great place to take your kids. Also in winter. All the carnival dates and the website for tickets are linked below in the description box. So sit back and enjoy carnival from the back door or from inside. Please do subscribe to help these wonderful creations.
Pensare, creare. Siete pronti a caricare la vostra sveglia?
Working with the Lebigre family has been such an honour and such an amazing experience, and they've been so welcoming. And also working with Sarah and Mike has been wonderful, and it's thanks to them that we're doing this and having this experience. On Materially Speaking podcast, Mike and Sarah talk to the volunteers and how the wider community is involved in the carnival.
I would like to add something about the carnival. Behind the scene is a completely different story, and that's why I want to share it with you, because it is another story. So it is much more interesting, and actually we enjoy the carnival more now because we know everything is behind this wonderful tradition. I would go tradition, yes, it's 150 years old.
It is a tradition. It's almost like being born into a circus family. You're
Yes.
born into a carnival family, but it really embraces you and who you are.
Yes.
Because when they're not working in carnival, they're all working in jobs that are connected.
Yes.
So it's been a very special time, and it's sad that we have to do other work as well, or else I'd spend all my time down there.
You prefer to spend your time down in Viareggio?
I do. I love working there. I'm in my element. And it's been a week of rain, and sun, so we have to juggle our working life to do with rain and sun. And working in Carnival yesterday was beautiful because we could work outside. We were all painting outside, except
so
those who were on top of the structure, poor things.
But you'd like to go to Viareggio, to the seaside as well.
I do, yes. And it's a seaside town that has an all year round vibe. There's an amazing community down there. Now we've got to know people.
Meglio il Corriere della Sera.
Meglio qualità.
Il peggio è il Tirreno per tutto.
Ancora?
Sì, uno. No, comunque è un'arte povera, è quello il bello, no?
No, è
È
bellissima.
povero perché con nulla puoi riciclare tutto.
In the next video, we will unveil the finished float of the Lebigre Roger family, Compagnia del Carnevale. So stay with us.